Hello, hello, all you beautiful people. Just jumping on here and wanted to kind of share a follow up to one of my shorts, and that was how to find peace in the midst of the storm. So, a lot of people I coach, one of the main focus I focus on is stress and stress management. And I actually had an intern that was following me, and she's like, "Why do you always focus on stress?" And so I explained to her, I said, "We can eat the perfect diet, all organic fruits and vegetables, and grass fed and free range, and we could stay hydrated, drinking plenty of water for our bodies, and we could also get plenty of exercise and everything. But if we don't manage our stress, that will still send us to the ER or to the doctor and stuff like that, because stress suppresses our immune system, and it's really hard to stay healthy and strong if we're completely stressed out. Plus, life just is not pleasurable if we're so stressed out. We're so overwhelmed by everything that's coming against us. And so I have people like, "Well, Lorena, I can't avoid stress." Some stress is good. So when we exercise, we put our bodies under a little extra stress, which is good because that helps us build up endurance and stuff like that. But when we're under chronic stress and we feel like we're in the midst of a storm, and we're so overwhelmed by life in general, there's no peace in our lives. So when I do question people on stress, I ask them also a couple of different questions to find out, is this self-induced? We're not victims of life. Life comes, life goes, things happen in our life and stuff, and so we have a choice. So I tell people, if we feel like we're in the middle of the tornado or the eye of the storm and there's blowing back and forth all around us, I have to ask them, are you the Tasmanian devil that is causing the tornado around you? A lot of people don't realize that sometimes they think, "Oh man, I have tons of drama happening in my life. Why is this happening to me?" But if they really took a step back, reflect, bring back their perspective of a bird's eye view, look at their own life and take themselves out of the situation, are they the ones that are causing the fights, causing the arguments with significant others, loved ones or family members, or they just want what they want and they aren't going to take any other answer? They're not open-minded, they're really closed off. And so sometimes we can cause that drama in our lives. We can cause the stress in our life. And so I tell people, you need to really reflect on, how are you living your life? Are you constantly creating the drama and the storm in your life? Or is it other people? Now, for instance, I know somebody who has had several roommates, and the person who is the common scenario, because they keep getting moved and so on and so forth, is they are the common denominator. So who in your relationships, maybe you've had failed relationships, who is the main common denominator? You have to question yourself. What am I doing that may be causing this storm? But then also you have to look at asking yourself, is some things that you're questioning, you have to ask, is this thought true? So you say, "Oh, it's always that person's fault. They're always doing this. They're never listening to me. They're always doing this and that." So, for instance, you gotta ask yourself, who is the common denominator in all your relationships? Now, are you what you pointed out in other people? Is that what you're doing? Because I've caught myself, I've done it before, and I'm like, "Oh, I can't believe this person." And then I realized, wait a minute, Lorena, you're the one who's doing that. And so I really have to take a step back and take a truthful pill and be like, you know what, I need to change myself. Am I causing the drama in my own life? So just questioning the thoughts in your life, the thoughts in your mind. Is it true? Is it untrue? And am I the cause of my storm? Also, embracing the threats that are in our life, for maybe challenges. Changing the verbiage and how you voice things can really transform. Like, "Oh, I've been diagnosed with a chronic disease." Instead of saying, putting yourself in as a victim, saying, this is a challenge, and challenges we can get over, we can get through. We may have to research and find out resources that will help us make it through. And if we're doing something, we're constantly putting junk in our bodies through junk food, through food-like substances that aren't necessarily food, that is putting improper fuel in this amazing vehicle that we have to live in. It's just like if you own a Ferrari or a Corvette or one of the best quality cars that you want to own or you desire, your dream car. If you put Coca-Cola in it, it's not going to run very well now, is it? Even just a itty bitty little bit. Water. Cars aren't meant to run on water. You're going to want to get the premium gas so your car lasts a long time and it runs really good. The same thing like our bodies. We got to put the proper fuel in, and so I just like to tell people, don't forget what real food is. An apple is an apple. It comes from a tree. Is your food growing out of the ground? If you eat meat, is it growing out in the pasture? I try to stick as close to the plants as much as possible because they're vibrant, they're healthy, they're strong, they look amazing, and a car's going by. Anyway, so I just love to tell people, if you want this body to run properly, to be healthy and strong, one key is the fuel we put in it, but the second most importantly thing is we got to stress manage. So one of the ways that I like to tell people is that you got to question, what are your needs, what are your wants? Human needs, we need oxygen. If you suppress the oxygen that your body needs, your body's not going to function properly. We need oxygen. As you can see, I am outside. I am loving it. We need fresh oxygen. Second thing is we need water. And some people can live up to 3-5 days. Some have lived longer, but majority of the time we need water. Otherwise our body's going to dehydrate, our organs are going to shut down. So we got to stay hydrated. Next thing is we need food. Some people can go longer without food than others, but I tell people food is fuel, or it can be poison. So proper fuel. Food is foundation for health. So you want to get good quality whole foods, not out of a box, but from your plant sources, grown from a tree, grown out of the ground, and so on and so forth. And then we need shelter. Now, depending on where you live, you could sleep under the stars. If it's snowing outside, you definitely need shelter. It's gonna be a little too cold. If you are in a very hot climate, you need shade during the day. So most of the things that we need is we need oxygen, we need water, we need food, and we need shelter. Other than that, we don't really need much else. So I like to tell people, really focus on what are your needs over your wants. Now, we may want Netflix. We may want some other subscriptions that we have. We may want our cable. We may also want our Wi-Fi, because these are convenience. These are not necessarily bad things, but I do tell people, if you are so far in debt over your head, there's certain things that you can get rid of that help bring down your stress. When my husband and I first started focusing on getting debt-free, after about 1.5 years of marriage and stuff, guess what we did? We sold my car because I was making payments on it. My husband's car was paid off. I walked to work. The first store I worked at, I was about 5 blocks away, maybe a little bit further than that. The second store, when I did become a store manager at Starbucks, it was just a little bit further than that store, and I still chose to walk. We don't need a car necessarily. Now, if you live in a big city, you have to drive across town. It may be more convenient, but you know what? A bicycle works great. If you have legs and feet that work, they work great too. So we don't necessarily need a car. Car is great, it's nice and convenient, but it's not necessarily a have to have. There's other things that we chose to get rid of. We chose to get rid of our cable TV. We chose to get rid of Wi-Fi. We could go to Starbucks, we could go to other coffee shops, any place that provided free Wi-Fi. Library also is a good place. So we chose to get rid of those things so we can get debt free. And you know what? 18 months later, we were so happy that we got rid of anything and everything that we didn't need. And more so that we just wanted. We waited until we could be debt free and we could add those things back in. So you guys, you have to question, what is your needs? What are your wants? Here comes another car. So sorry. Okay, so next, ask yourself the time horizon. Is this going to make a difference whatever situation in life I'm in, is this going to make a difference in a month, in a year, in a decade, or when I'm sitting on the porch rocking away, when I'm good and old, healthy and strong and vibrant, but still when life has slowed down, is this situation gonna make a difference? Changing your perspective in that really helps you bring peace in your life. Increase your sense of control. What can you control? What you can't control? You can't control the other person you're in a relationship with, but you can control you. So really questioning, can I control the situation? Can I control the person? Who can I control? Do I need to make the changes? That's so on and so forth. And not all stress is harmful. Some exercising helps you de-stress and manage your stress, but it also brings benefits to your body and being present in the moment. A tip and trick that I usually teach people to do is called the deep breath of 4. So you breathe in through your nostrils for 4, you hold it for 4, and you slowly breathe out for 4, and you repeat this a total of 4 times. That will bring you into a calmingness, a peace. And so try that out today. Try that tip and trick out. Get deep breathing in and do it at least 4 times a day. So once when you wake up, maybe once at your lunchtime, once at another break, and then right before you go to bed. You will begin to feel an amazing difference. So bring peace in the midst of the storm. Ask yourself, is this a need or is this a want? Is there something in myself that I can change? Because I can't change the other person. Be peaceful, be present, be in your moment. Enjoy life, you all. Have a great day.